Hey, my babies. I know it has been a couple weeks. My apologies. I am back. I got some merch now. You see my The Final Piece shirt. Shout out to my girl Courtney at Couture Kings for this piece. Wanted to come talk to you guys for a little bit, talk about autism awareness because it is Autism Awareness Month or Acceptance Month, depending on how you are choosing to celebrate. Before we get into the conversation, though, thank you for tuning in. If you are new here, welcome to the family. And if you have been here before, welcome back. All right, so let's talk autism awareness versus autism acceptance. And the reason that we're discussing this is because if you are not aware, there has been a shift in the conversation about how to present individuals on the spectrum or individuals with autism and how to represent them in society. There has been a move to acceptance instead of awareness. So I wanted to give my input on how I feel about this new journey in the society and in the community of those on the spectrum, and also to applaud those who continue to move on daily with their diverse needs and applaud their loved ones for their support and doing the best that they can in a situation with an individual that has a diverse need. So let's get into it. How do I feel about acceptance versus awareness? Is there a need for awareness still? Or have we moved beyond? Is everybody aware of the spectrum and what neurodiversity means? And can we just move into acceptance? Personally, I feel, and the final piece, we will continue to work to raise awareness. I live in Northwest Indiana. If you are not aware, Indiana is a red state. So Indiana's views on all things different are a bit backwards at times. So with that being said, everybody here does not have the knowledge of spectrum disorders, what they are, how to interact with individuals with these disorders, and how to put the person first and their need after who they are. So the final piece will continue to raise awareness in our communities around us, but acceptance is ultimately the final goal. We want inclusion for all. As you may or may not know, guys, I am a middle school special education teacher. I work with a self-contained population. So that is how I give back to those with diverse needs, aside from working with clients with the final piece. About half of the scholars that I work with, they have autism, or they are on the autism spectrum, to be politically correct. They may or may not know that they have this diversity, but I work to accommodate their needs every day to make them feel comfortable. I teach them how to self-advocate, how to love themselves, to have a healthy outlook on life, how they view themselves, their families, their communities. So I think these are important tools to give individuals on the autism spectrum, especially because they communicate and they see the world a little bit differently than we do. So I think we need to teach them to accept themselves first, and then teach the world around them to accept them. I also make it a point to allow my scholars the opportunity to share their experiences and to talk about what they feel acceptance is and what it should look like. And we discuss how to move to make the community a little bit easier for them to navigate. Now, I understand that everybody is not going to be at the level to work through this, depending on their age as well as their cognitive level. That is fine. You can do social stories. You can play music that emulates what the goal is. You can do role playing. I work with middle schoolers, so their mindset is a little bit different. And then the kiddos that are not on the spectrum that have other diversities are able to pitch in and discuss what they feel is appropriate and what's not. So in my opinion, my take is, yes, awareness still needs to be raised, but not just making people aware of spectrum disorders, what they are, what they look like, how we can make the world easier for those that have these spectrum disorders, but also acceptance. We should accept and love everybody, regardless to how they are. Nobody is the same. We are all different. Let's love, embrace, and accept each other's differences. Let's celebrate those differences. Speaking of celebration, I had a autism awareness event on April 3rd. Shout out to everybody that showed up. People that I knew, did not know. The love was amazing. It was the Final Piece's first annual autism inclusion and awareness event. So there will be more. We will be back next year, Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area. So if you didn't get to, come party with us this time, we'll see you next time around. I will put a clip of what the space looked like, some of the activities that we had, and then after I put that in, I'll come back and chat with you guys about my experience and what I learned during that time. Y'all better get into it. Inclusion event. Oh wait, let me show y'all this area though. It's beautiful. And this is the event center that we are in. Some tablecloths, textured for your sensory needs. Craft section. Some more textured tablecloths for the sensory lovers. Textured eggs. Easter themed. We got some more eggs. A balloon chilling. Some crafts or sensory needs. We got some seats, some squishy stuff, Brillo like stuff. The final piece, get into it. We got some toys. More sensory needs. So we got some putty or slime, mirror, some toothbrushes, some water toys. This is my favorite table, probably. We got some squishy stuff, balls. These are my favorite sensory bottles. Some balls, squishy. This is some more sensory stuff. Some slime, rice, for those that are into textures. Another fancy seat. More sensory bottles. Sabal, lights up. Another sensory table. Some bubbles. Bouncy ball. Some toys. And the vendor table. Couture Kings. They got Croc charms. The Crocs that you can get customized wholesale. Are these socks? The Croc socks? Croc socks. They even got the baby Crocs. Y'all better get into it. Fuzzy headbands. Here's the website. Necklaces. Earrings. Lashes. Bracelets. Get into it. Raffle table. And the final piece presents sensory boards. Okay, so now that you saw the space, you saw the activities that we offered, the vendor, Couture Kings. I will put her information in the description box below if you want to link with her. The Final Piece also has a new endeavor, the sensory boards that you saw in the video. So if you want to purchase those, I will put our information in the description box below. And I also wanted to mention that those activities that you guys saw in the video, so the sensory based activities and even the sensory boards, are not just for individuals on the spectrum. Anybody can benefit from them. These are things that help to calm everybody. We all have something that makes us feel calm and at ease. And I had individuals that were coming in just to support. And they were, for instance, my dad was playing with the sensory board and he said, "Oh, this is making me feel calm." So it helps everybody. So anybody that needs something geared towards anxiety or, shifting your narrative, sensory boards are great. And we won't just have the boards, we will have boxes as well with different sensory materials in them. Now let's get into the experience of hosting my first event. What did I learn? What did I hope to bring to the community? And how did I expect to impact my community? All right, so I learned a lot. Those of you that do not personally know me will not know this about me, but I am a perfectionist, y'all. So when I was putting stuff together, shopping, working with my mom and my sister, shout out to you guys for your help, and working with my friend that was the photographer and doing the creative vision for the event, I was freaking out, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, this has to be great. This is a display of not just the final piece, but an opportunity to reach individuals on the spectrum that may not always be included. I want to make them feel comfortable and loved. So I just wanted it to be right. I wanted people to step in and feel the warmth in the room. So that was the first impression that I wanted to leave. A loving impression, a we are a family type of vibe. So I hope I got that off. I did, feel that I did touch the people that came in. They were very interested in the final piece, what we had to offer, and seeing us grow in the community. So that warmed my heart. And then I also had the opportunity to see what the world was like for people that have been observing me. And what I mean by that is I had the opportunity to talk to my closest friends, my mom, my sister, my friend that came as a vendor, and we talked about vision and growing your company and being the best that you can be. And the most important lesson that I learned from that is don't shortchange yourself. I always go, and I never stop to celebrate me. So I learned that this is a process of growth, but this is something that I'm doing that is different, setting the tone for my community on how to interact with individuals with diverse needs and girls affected by trauma. And just also, this journey has been an eye-opening healing journey for me as well. So I learned to celebrate me. Y'all, celebrate you. Stop for a second and say, I did that. I've been through a lot. I've overcome a lot to make it to this moment right here. To bless these people that I am interacting with, I had to go through some hurdles. Yay me. Verbal praise, y'all. Praise yourself. Praise God for bringing you through. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back for real, y'all, on my schedule next week. See y'all. I love y'all.